What's up, y'all? Nigeria Chambers here from Big Old Bill Media, Jabari and Callina. Thank you so much for your time today. Super excited to talk about your new project, Bad Genius, which is going to be releasing October 11th. How you two doing? How you feeling? How's the vibes?
Vibes are up. I'm feeling good. Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, excited.
As you should. Fantastic job. One, because Kalina, you're making a name for yourself right out of the gates, and you got to stand on that. Your future is looking super bright just off of this performance alone. And Jabari, I mean, what can we say, man? You've been killing it on Bel Air, but I gotta tell you, as an actor and as a role so prominent, so important to the culture, it is amazing to see you come in as Banks, and there's not a trace of Will Smith in you in this, which is obviously a tip of the hat of how good of an actor you are. So congratulations to you both.
Check.
Um, they made you a snitch though.
Man, and so it's like perspective is everything with this movie. You know what I'm saying? Perspective is everything.
I was
And
like, I was like,
when
that my boy. But go ahead,
I
go
read
ahead,
that,
go ahead.
when I read that the first time, I had trouble. I was like, oh, let me see where Bank is coming from with this one. Let me rearrange my, you know what I'm saying, my moral compass, and you know what I'm saying. Let me see it from a different side.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, it can be seen.
Yeah. So one thing I think, and whether you watch the 2017 version or watch this, or even just read the synopsis of the trailer, there's one very important element that I don't think was highlighted enough, and something I think we all can relate to is that we're just kids essentially trying to give back to our parents for everything they've done for us. And that's really important between you two's character. And ultimately is the bond that make you take some of the chances on each other and ultimately the grand scheme and everything that's happening. So just for you and for all you both have done in your careers to this point, talk about playing a character that resonates with who you are as a person.
Hmm. You want to go first, Glenn?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, I think I can relate to Banks' experience a lot as far as wanting to make my parents happy um, with my schooling, and I think I didn't do as good as a job that Bank is doing in the movie, but I resonate with that because it's like your parents sacrifice a lot, and especially from Banks' experience, which is a little different from mine. He's like first generation
Yeah.
American citizen, and it's like that's like a different type of pressure, and so I made sure that I talked to a lot of my friends who have the same experience,
Yeah.
and but I can relate in a way because it's like you always want to make your parents happy with whatever I do. Like I just want to like my biggest goal in life is to like I want my mom, my dad to look at me like, hey, like I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
and that's like the biggest words, and that gives me the warmest feeling. And so like I think that's all that really Bank wants. He says a line in the movies like I only care about school and my family, and that's just like such a relatable place that a lot of people go through, especially at that time where it's like all you have to do is really school, like like and so like if you're just being good at that is I think that's his thing, and so yeah, I can relate with that.
Yeah. Go for it, Kalina.
Yeah, I think I could definitely relate to Lynn as well. Like, we kind of had a really similar upbringing, if that makes sense. I also just only grew up with me and my dad, and for her, it's also her and her dad. Um, and we moved from China to Singapore, and my dad put a lot of pressure on me ever since I was like a really, really young kid. And I feel like similarly, Lynn had the same experience, but I think for her, it's kind of like she really wants to make her dad proud and also for her mom. Um, but she has that internal struggle because she can do that and make her parents happy, or she can go after her dreams and make herself happy. And I feel like in this film, you really see that struggle internally for her, you
Yeah.
know, her decision making process and like which road she decides to take. Because ultimately, she's trying to please both, but I think in the end of the film, she finds out she can't.
Yeah.
And it's always just better to open up and just be transparent, and have a conversation. But, as kids who are like 16, 17 years old, they don't know any better. So I definitely also relate to that a lot because when I was growing up, my dad wanted me to go to med school. I wanted to become an actor. It was like the same type of struggle, but yeah,
Yeah.
here I am. So it worked out. And she went to Juilliard, so it worked out for her too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And I'm sure both of you all's respective parents are extremely proud of you all. Fantastic work. I can't stress enough. I did cheat a little bit ahead here. I cheat, but it did it. About where I want this to go because I mentioned that in speaking to some of your other colleagues here is that like when I watched this, it gave me that same feeling like Now You See Me, and it was like also another film that sort of give you the same feel is like Ocean's 11, which we know Now You See Me has three, Ocean's 11 has I think four. There is clearly some story to be told here going forward. I'm just wondering for you two, we can fantasy book a little bit here. What do you want the future of your respective characters to be? We need the stage to be bigger, the heist to be bigger, the stakes and all of that to come together. So, what would you want it to be?
Just one more heist. Just one more mission.
Yeah.
It's like they're in like college and like like bank goes like the robbing banks route. He's just like goes off the rails. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I never got my opportunity. Like I'm gonna just like fuck the man. You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I need you like one more. One more time.
What you,
Yeah, I
what
mean,
you,
I don't know. Same for Lynn, I guess. Yeah, at Juilliard, maybe she starts cheating the system, gets her way to the top, and then gets this really cool job. I don't know.
This really cool like musical theater job to like change
Yeah.
into.
Like killing it in the adult world. I feel like I would love to see them killing it and cheating the system a little bit as like early 20-year-olds.
Mm.
yeah.
Because yeah, I
Those
would
are
love
different consequences, though. You know, those are different. Those are
that.
those are
Oh,
different consequences as a 20-year-old. It's like it's not cute anymore, guys. Like you guys are criminals. You know.
yeah, can't rob no banks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. We're doing this in high school, guys. Yeah.
And also, I mean, beyond you two and the friendly competition against one another. I mean, you do have so many other folks that were a part of this group of folks that I don't want to coin the word, but when you talk about heist, you almost got to say the word family too. But I mean, that's sort of like the legacy of this crew is going forward. It's like these are the possibilities here. But if you could share some moments in terms of working with your other cast members, because that camaraderie amongst you all really had me reflecting back to college. And I mean, like, I'm not going to incriminate myself here, and nor were we on any type of sophistication as this, but like, we did our best to get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How did y'all kind of work through really helping the audience resonate with these moments and buy into what you all are doing in a noble way? So, what were some of the things y'all did to kind of bond amongst each other to really build that camaraderie?
Oh my God. I remember there was one super late night, and for no reason, me and Sam, we like scaled this building. We like scaled this building that like had like this like I don't know like whatever angle slope that is. It was going like this, and like we could walk up with our feet. And me, Sam, and then Connor actually was there too. And Sam went all the way up to the top and slid down. And then after that, we all like stripped down to our underwear and like went inside like this fountain, this public fountain. Like we were just like we were having a great time. We were having a great time. Maybe I probably shouldn't be saying this, but we definitely that was definitely a bonding experience as far as like the guys go. And me and Kalina, like I know there's too many stories. I don't know. I'm trying to like look back now, but yeah, I mean going to the beach. I mean we did a lot while we were out in Vancouver. Vancouver's a beautiful city though, so
No, I remember when the day we first met, we literally first met and we were like, no, we need to switch to play video games because both our characters are kind of like nerds. And then we were like, no, we're actually nerds too in real life. We binge watched like an anime series. That
yeah.
was really fun. We literally, as within an hour of us meeting, we went to Walmart to buy a Switch to then come home and play video games for the entire night. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we kind of bonded like from the get-go. And then I remember so like vividly. when we were filming one day, we had like we were like, hey, let's like challenge each other who can eat like a Fruit Loop the fastest. And I still have the video on my phone, and that was so fun because he literally smashed it. But that was like the stuff that I used to do in high school as well, like with my friends, you know, just like stupid stuff like that. But that was so funny when you were talking about you guys climbing that building because me and Taylor, we were literally together at that point. They were texting the group chat, and me and Taylor were like, oh my God, like what are they doing? And they were like, "Do you want to come out?" We were like, "Absolutely not." Literally like snuggled like in our PJs, like just texting back like, "No, we're watching Twilight. This is
Yeah.
crazy."
Like that is so high school guy, high school girl dynamic. Like, yeah, we're scaling buildings. You guys want to come? And you're like,
Yeah.
nah, we're watching Twilight right now. Like, like that's so real. That's so real.
Oh, real.
Yeah, it was getting meta. It was getting meta.
Uh, that's amazing. Well, listen, Jabari and Callina, thank you so much for your time today. And folks will be able to check out Bad Genius October 11th. Can't wait to hear what Bad Genius 2 is going to be about because I'll be strapped up for that one for sure. So we'll see what happens. But folks got to watch this one first. So we're going to make sure we do that October 11th. I appreciate the time today.
All right, thank
Thank
you,
you
man.
so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yep.